Present simple. What is present simple? We use present simple to talk about our regular habits and routines, facts and permanent situations, feelings, thought, opinions, states that are happening at the moment, and to talk about future meanings. That is, official arrangements such as a timetable or program. In present simple, we usually use adverbs of frequency, such as always, usually, often, sometimes, hardly ever, or never. We can also use time expressions in present simple. Example: once a week, once a month, once a year, twice a week, twice a month, twice a year, 3 times, on Sundays, on Mondays, or on Tuesdays. To form affirmative present simple, we use subject plus main verb, present main verb. Example: I play, you play, he, she, it plays, we play, they play. Now, please notice for the third person singular subjects: he, she, it. For these subjects, we add s for the regular verbs. However, if the verb ends with s, sh, ch, x, o, we add es after the verb. Example: miss become misses, wash become washes, watch becomes watches, mix becomes mixes, go becomes goes. However, if the verb ends with consonant plus y, example study, so we omit the y and we change it into I. So study becomes studies. If the verb ends with vowel plus y, do not omit the y. Just directly add the s. So play, example, play becomes plays. Now we go to negative present simple. To form the negative present simple, we usually add do or does plus not before the main verb. Example: I do not, or you can say don't. I don't play. You don't play. He, she, it doesn't play. We don't play. They don't play. Please notice for the third person singular, he, she, it, we use does plus not for the negative sentence. Now we go to the question present simple. To make the questions in present simple, we put do or does before the subject. So, do I work? Do you work? Does he, does she, does it work? Do they work? Do we work? For the answer, you can say yes. This is for the short answer. You can say yes, I do. Yes, we do. Yes, they do. Yes, you do. For the negative ones, you can say no, I don't. No, you don't. No, we don't. No, they don't. If yes for subject he, she, it, you can say yes, he does, yes, she does, yes, it does. Or if the answer is no, you can say no, he doesn't, no, she isn't, no, it doesn't. Please remember, for the question present simple, after we use does, do not add s after the main verb. Okay, I'll repeat. For the subject does, do not add s after the verb. Now, we see the example of the present simple, the use present simple in sentences. As I mentioned at the beginning, so we use present simple to talk about regular habits and routines. I usually get up at 6 a.m. She never gets up at 6 a.m. Remember, if the subject, the third person singular, and the verb is regular, we have to add as after the verb. Number 2, we use present simple to talk about facts and permanent situations. Example, water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Penguins don't fly. So these sentences are facts or permanent situations. Next, the third one, we use present simple to talk about feelings, thoughts, opinions, states that are happening at the moment. I hate watching horror movies. She doesn't like walking. We think they are good. So for the verbs such as hate, like, think, we use present simple because those verbs express our feelings, thoughts, or opinions or states that happen at the moment. Now, we use present simple to talk about future meanings. In this case, to talk about official arrangements such as timetable or program. Look at the example. The train departs at 9 a.m. and it arrives at 9:30 a.m. Mandy starts school tomorrow. So these sentences indicate an official arrangement or a timetable in the future. Now we go to exercise. After we have learned about present simple, let's try some exercise here. So I have 7 sentences. Let's fill in the gaps with the correct form of present simple. Number 1. Wendy speaks Spanish. 2. We have chemistry twice a week. 3. They not like eating chocolate. 4. Blah 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 James blah 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 watch TV every night. Yes, he blah blah blah. 5. Blah 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 Jane and Lane blah 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 usually eat dinner. No, they blah blah blah. 6. My father blah 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 drive me to school. Water blah 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 freeze at 0 degrees Celsius. Okay, now we discuss the question one by one. Question number 1. We blah 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 speak. Wendy blah 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 speaks Spanish. From this sentence, we know that the subject, Wendy. The pronoun of Wendy is she, because Wendy is third person singular, so we add as after the verb. So number 1, the answer is speaks. Number 2, we blah 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 have chemistry twice a week, because the subject is we, so we do not need to add as. The answer for question number 2, we have. Question number 3. There is a word not in the bracket, so it means the sentence is in a negative form. And take a look. The subject is they. So the answer for question number 3, they don't like eating chocolate. Now we go to number 4. James blah 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 James blah 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 watch. The verb is watch. Now take a look. The subject is James. James is a name of person. We can change James into he. So the correct answer for question number 4 is, does James watch? Remember, do not add es after the verb for question and negative present simple. So does James watch TV every night? Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Number 5, Number 5, because the subjects, there are 2 subjects here, Jane and Lane, so it means plural. So we use do. Do Jane and Lane usually eat dinner? No, they don't. Number 6, my father blah 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 drive me to school. My father is singular. We can change my father with pronoun him. So the answer, my father drives me to school. The last question, water freezes at 0 degrees Celsius. For question number 7, it states about facts or permanent situations. So water is singular, so we add as after the verb. Water freezes at 0 degrees Celsius. Okay, you can check your answer here. There is the answer key. That's all for present simple. I hope you understand.